What do we want? Or we just go 2 minutes shorter. Maybe I just go on the end.
A very warm welcome to Kuala Lumpur. It's the FAH Hockey Men's Nations Cup coming from the splendid Bukit Jalil complex. It's an 8-nation tournament split into 2 pools of 4 teams. The ultimate winner will have the chance to go into the Pro League. Our match today, we are looking at Pool A, Korea versus South Africa. For South Africa, it is a must-win game for Korea. If they win, they will join France in the semi-finals, which take place in a couple of days' time at these same venues. But for South Africa, it is a must-win competition because here are the pool standings. South Africa 1 point, courtesy of 4-all draw against Wales. They then lost a narrow match against France by 4-3. That means nothing other than a victory against Korea will do for them. But they have beaten Korea in recent years. They won in the Aslan Shah in 2022, and so this isn't beyond this new South African team. For Korea, well, they got themselves a 3-2 victory over Wales on match day 2, a come-from-behind victory. The penalty corner expertise of Yang Ji-hyun has been particularly important for them. They rather imploded against France on match day 1, where they led by 5-1, losing 6-5, conceding 3 goals in the final 2 minutes. As for South Africa, well, they had a great 4-all draw against Wales, having come back from 4-0 down, and then another comeback just ended short against France. They lost by 4-3. That means that they must be victors today. Victor Charlet and Xavier Esmanjard of this group are the top scorers in the competition with 5 and 4 goals respectively. Yang Ji-hyun, he's the man to look out for. He's the penalty corner expert for Korea Republic. In the head-to-head between these particular nations, well, as you can see, it's pretty tight. In the last 3 matches, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. It went to a penalty shootout victory for South Africa, that 1-all draw. That took place in the Nations Cup. So as you can see, it is very, very tight between these 2 sides. But South Africa, a reminder, they must win today. Let's get some pre-match thoughts.
일단은 뭐 무승부를 기록해도 올라갈 수 있는 확률이 있는지 모르겠지만 일단은 승리하는 게 목적이다. 일단은 그 남아공 선수들의 개인기를 갖다가 잘 봉쇄하고 뛰어난 조직력을 우리가 방어한다면 좋은 기회가 올 것이다. 그리고 남아공 팀의 그 PC 득점 확률이 높은데 그것도 잘 방어할 수 있도록 하겠다. 일단
Well, definitely a tie would be also great, but our main goal is to win today's game. And in terms of the South African team, we are going to focus on their endurance and try to tire them out as much as we can. And also, we know that the South African team also they do very well with their PC. So we're trying to look out for that, and hopefully we can do our best for today's game.
Okay, coach. You still have a chance to finish second in the group, but you need a win to achieve that. Is there strong pressure on your team?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're playing it in a way as a quarter-final today to get into the semi-final, and we're excited about the challenger.
Devon van der Merwe and Min Tae-seok with the respective thoughts ahead of this contest, which, as I say, is a must-win for South Africa. For Korea, a draw might be enough, but they wouldn't want to leave it to that. Match umpires for today, we've got Zeke Newman from Australia and Ben Grant from New Zealand. As the teams come out onto a steamingly hot surface. The sun is shining. There is a little bit of cloud cover. We have had rain interventions on both days so far in this Nations Cup, but not expecting it to come through just yet. Right then, for Korea, a reminder that their results so far are 560 feet against France, a 3-2 victory over Wales. They are in pole position. South Africa 4-all against Wales, 3-4 against France. There's been a ridiculous number of goals scored in the heat of Bucket Jalil. Let's see if this continues in the same vein. I'll give you the team news and the starting lineups after the respective national anthems. The patriotic song is the translation for the Korean national anthem. Next, the anthem of South Africa. South Africa hoping to make Bucket Jalil their temporary land as they look to make it through to the semi-finals, but victory only will do, and even then they must rely upon the second game of today, the match between Wales and France, which will follow here. Let's have a look at the Korea team lineup. Meant to look out for Yang Ji-hun, the number 6. He's the main penalty corner drag flick expert. Also, Son Dae-in has come into the team. Although he's 26 years of age, he's a recent recruit to the South Korean team, who are trying to rebuild after a less than stellar couple of years in Asian Games and Asian Cup. As for South Africa, men to look out for. Samuel Mvimbi got 1 goal so far. He's the captain. Cal Davis is the big standout defensive player who'll try to score from the penalty corners. Matthew De Souza will try to operate things from the centre of midfield. South Africa in their change strip of white today and in this blistering sunshine. Quite understandable. As we have a look at the experienced Min Tae-seok. Van der Merwe, whose side have proven that they have got durability, which was being pointed out by Min Tae-seok in the build-up towards this game. A remarkable comeback against Wales from 0-4 down to grab a 4-all draw, and they nearly complete a remarkable comeback against France from 1-4 down. Kim Jae-han is the man who'll be starting between the sticks for Korea. They've had a rest day, so an opportunity for the players just to take on some liquids and get some rest in the legs ahead of this important 60 minutes. South Africa get us underway and immediately go forward. That's ambitious from Trevor Delora. Often you just see a push back from the start, but he decided to go forward. You can't play the ball any direction. Caught Korea a little bit on the hop. Right, they'll just try and sort things out. It's Ji-hyun, who not only the drag flick expert, but he's also the man who starts most of the moves defensively. After pass into Ji-hyun, he looks for forward movement, bit of patience alongside Jong Seok. This is Jung Jun, 34-year-old in the heart of midfield. Good play from Hyung Seon. There's bags of experience in this Korean side, certainly in terms of age of players. Intervention coming from Cal Davis. This is Andy Hobson. Taking a deflection off a Korean stick. Be a 23 free hit for South Africa. Cautious start. Opening 90 seconds. Sometimes you see teams going really blisteringly for it. How wide though is Van Tonda? It's off the foot there of Trevor Delora. Likes to operate just around the circle. He tries to create the magic. He's the middleman of the front three. Inside of him you've got Colin Mentor. This is Korea coming forward with Kyu Byung. Hobson does well. Just intervenes, and Jaden Booker has really come through in this tournament. Jaden Booker only had a couple of caps before this tournament. Long ball over the top, beautifully fielded by Seung Hyun. Seung Hyun will have the free hit. He's moved his 5 meters. Hobson gets down low, plays a ball in. Mentor's got Delora running ahead of him. Delora's done well. And Delora, if he looks up, he'll find Simons in the circle. Couldn't pick out Simons, who'd made a run towards the back post. Trevor Delora started brightly. Just reaching through there, De Souza. They do like to try to go through the number 16, Matt De Souza. Play Sung-min. Really stretching the game. There's 2 Korean players deep in the circle. And that's who they're looking for, trying to sweep it from 123 into the opposing circle. There's the effort from Jihan, didn't quite come off. Oof. Impossible for Simons to take that one in his stride. Got his body shape completely wrong. Gyun-hyo, one of the younger generation, 21 years of age, Gyun-hyo. Plays it inside to the skipper. First 4 minutes, teams still just feeling each other out. That in. There's a man down in the middle of the field. Simons has taken a knock. And the umpire's just going to check if there's any need. Didn't see anything untoward, but occasionally a stick can just grab you as somebody runs past. Either umpire. He just went down without anybody near him, Marvin Simmons. Creek looks on, Andy Hobson looks on, and Simons, he heads off for an enforced replacement. It's going to be a uncontested bully off. Back in play now through Sung-min. Semi-finalists in the last Hockey Nations Cup, South Africa, and they won the previous edition to have their one season in the Pro League, which was a difficult one. On the side is Chul-yeon, one of the more experienced campaigners, plays for Seongnam Club, forces a long corner. Tap into Da-in. I think Hobson's been caught by a stick. Da-in offers his apologies, and South African casualties in the sun of Kuala Lumpur inside the first 5 minutes. Oh yeah, it's just in the follow through as he drives that through, trying to pick out Jung Jun. Hobson, he'll have a bruise or two. You heard those sticks. Right, Davis and Hobson just trying to create something. 3 South Africans in the circle up at the other end. It's been a quiet opening 5 minutes. Injuries apart. Hobson just takes 10 metres. Looked up, wasn't an awful lot on there. Fires one towards the circle, but everybody had moved to the left-hand channel. Chung Min-soo. Right then, bit of space for Jeon-ho. Chul-yeon. Lovely 3D work from Gyun-hyo, good skills. And the backhand shot, and decision goes against Korea. The best that we've seen from them going forward It's an effort coming in from Sundayin. Five is Ngabane. Brook available down this left-hand side. Ngabane instead looks the other way. Hobson and Davis. Four high up the field, occupying Korean defensively, but they've got a shield in front. Sideline hit for South Africa. Remains goalless. First game of the day. Another injury, this time Lee Hai-seong. Not really got going this game, has it? Jung-suk under pressure from Ruben Senzel. Good work down the baseline from Kyu-byung. Lee Hai-seong drives it in. Good work defensively, needed to be focused. Brooker under pressure. He gets the touch, but that was good work from Dan Bell. Plays his hockey in Belgium, over 100 caps, and he showed his experience there, Bell. Awkward bouncing ball in the South African circle. Hobson starts things again. 21 is Zenani Krai. Ngabane helped him, but dangerously into the circle. That'll be a free hit for Korea. The rest day has made both these teams a little bit more cautious than we've seen. Sim Jae-won for Korea Republic. They know a draw might be enough. They'll be relying upon France beating Wales or getting a result against Wales. That's in the other match. South Africa know that they need a win. Then they'll see if that's enough. France, top-ranked nation in this tournament. They and Wales are the other two teams in this group, as that's helped forward. Stepping into the 5-metre zone illegally. Free hit for South Africa. Ngabane once again. Lifts it high, well defended. Good solid work there from Min-soo. Lofted forward, it's over the head of Hobson. There's a 2-on-1 break here. Dart in if he can look inside, which he can. But Brooker's done well to cover. Loses out though, Brooker. Cho In-woo. Hobson's done very well just to close down on So In-woo. More a case of So In-woo losing control of the ball at a crucial time. Symptomatic of this first quarter. Bell. Little give and go. Senzel. Straight through the stick. Delora couldn't get there. Oh, lovely spin and turn to the byline. Good defensive work from Hobson. First time we've seen Seung Kyum really get to the baseline. 4 red shirts in the circle, and that's dangerously high. That'll be a penalty corner. Come off a South African stick. The ball slashed in by Min-soo. the desired effect. So first penalty corner of the game. And it goes to Korea, and keep an eye out for Yang Ji-hun. He scored 3 PCs already as it comes off the stick of Dampel. Not a lot he can do there, and as you can see, it flies dangerously off the stick. Do-hyun is in the second battery. He's got himself a couple of PC goals already. And they are very strong from penalty corners, are Korea Republic. Ji-hun at the front. He's the target, and Ji-hun. It'll be another PC. Bell.
Korea, when I blow whistle, you drain. Yeah, whistle, you go. Thank you.
Good first man running from Dan Bell, but it's another PC. And again, they go to the front man, and again, it's blocked. Danger still not quite clear. 3 men in front of the circle, and it's hooked in and touched away for a penalty corner. Now, there's going to be a challenge here. Andy Hobson. Excellent goalkeeping by Hendrik Kriek.
This, you think there's an ear swing? Before the shot? Danger. Okay, I'll check. Cindy, can you hear me?
Yes, Ben, I can hear you.
Okay, I've given a penalty corner for danger from the goalkeeper. South Africa team referral, they are asking that before the shot, there has been an ear swing causing danger from Korea. Can you check, please?
Looking for dangerous from Korea.
Thank you.
No, we'll follow it through. I think it's this shot here. Good goaltending by Hendrik Kriek, got to say. He's a tall man, and his reactions are very good. That's nice from Do-hyun. Little nutmeg through Hobson. Now the players are getting to see the replays on the screen.
Good try.
Everything looks clean through there. That in plays it through. Can only imagine that it's Rim Jin Kang who's being accused, and here's the answer.
Ben,
How can you?
there's no clear reason to change your decision. Stay in penalty corner and they lose the referral.
Okay, thank you.
Wasted referral for South Africa. Penalty corner it is, PC number 3.
Run the front when you can. We have time. Thanks, keeper.
Shu Inu with the trapping responsibilities. And a third opportunity for Yang Ji-hyun.
And thank you.
Again, they go to Yang. And that one's played away by Hendrik Kriek. That's a good save. And 0 for 3 from penalty corners, Korea. Hobson. Oh. Well, the ball coming straight into the circle. So the reversal of what initially was a penalty corner call. And South Africa survive. Well, in a group that's been full of goals, no goals in this first quarter, still 3 minutes to go. Painful one for Mvimbi. Captain hasn't really been on the field an awful lot in this opening quarter. Maybe now he's on the field, things will change as Bell drives forward. Calvin Davis. Bell again. 6 white shirts in the circle. Delora tries to trick his way through. Sorry, it's Mentor. That one was Delora. And Korea can maybe try to break away through Cheolyeon. They'll take it quickly. They tried to take it quickly, are told to go backwards. Final 2 minutes. It's been a cagey opening quarter. Korea Republic with the 3 penalty corner opportunities. They'll believe that they maybe could be in the lead, but they're not. Antonda. Bell nearly caught in possession by Cheolyeon. Knocked out by Lembete. Not kept in play by Brooker. And then Brooker is helped out by Davis just to clear things up. And Brooker will start things again. And Vimby likes to dictate things from the centre of the field. Bell. Ahead of him, it's a little bit static. Delora's made a run into the corner just to try to help out Brooker. It's into the legs of Minsu. Free hit South Africa. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Still remains goalless. Davis under pressure. Just takes the ball clear. Lembete. Now then, chance to get the shot away. It's off the pads. Best moment we'll have from South Africa. Excellent play coming in from Carla Mentor. Backhand shot. Ooh, it's just on the inner part of the thigh, and he's done well to react as Kim Jae-ham. Twisted high. Everybody leaves it for each other. Real miscommunication there between Trevor Delora and one of his defenders. In the end, no harm comes of it, and the end of a first quarter, sorry, in which South Africa had the better of the first 5 minutes. Korea very much the better of the next 10. Decent save towards the end of the quarter by Kim Jae-ham. The penalty corners, the story. 0 for 3 for Korea Republic. At the end of the first 15 minutes, Korea 0, South Africa 0, in a must-win game for South Africa. First quarter highlights, some excellent work, excellent stick work from youngster Jim Hyun-hyo, causing a little bit of consternation in the South African rearguard. And a flicked effort that came to naught for Zanani Krai. Best we had was Seo Inu, just miscontrolling. And then Carl Davis flies forward. This was probably the closest we came to a goal. Good goaltending from Kim Jae-han to deny Carla Mentor. But it would be goalless at the end of the first 15.
Guys, break up, please.
Ice packs readily in use in these warm, humid conditions in Kuala Lumpur. South Africa semi-finalists in the last Nations Cup. Pushback will be for South Africa. Let's see if we have repeated the advanced pushback that started the game. No, we're a little bit more legitimate today. Delora goes backwards and South Africa will have a habit of coming from behind, of making late comebacks. And that means that they're goals behind, and so they'll be relatively happy that it's goalless at the end of the first. So that's fired in by Mvimbi. Davis allowed to bring the ball down. Korean players coming into the 5-meter zone as Mvimbi starts things again. Brooker and Hobson and Davis just looking for a little bit of space ahead of them. Korea are covering each of the players. There's no space there for Ngabane. Instead, we'll come out to Sung Min. He'll fire it forward. Now there is a bit of space there for Da In. And Da In, some good work into the circle, and Da In gets the shot away, but was tracked all the way. Excellent defensive work by Zanani Krai. But he just found a little channel there, did Da In. Defenders very much on top in the early stages, but these conditions, they do gnaw at you and your concentration goes. Ji-hun fires it in to the skipper, Jung Jun. Nice from Jung Jun, looking for players out wide. He's found them. Jae-won. Ooh, just too far ahead of Hai-seong. Krai does well under pressure. Van Tonder also under pressure, somehow keeps possession. Spread out wide to Brooker. He was looking for Delora down the line. Delora will have the free sideline hit though. Jin Kang doing solid defensive work. Brooker, nice turn. Just off the foot outside the circle. Jin Kang thought he had that under control. Penalty corner. Well, Korea, I think, are thinking that they're a little bit hard done by. But it's a first penalty corner opportunity. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive into the challenge there, Kim Kyo-byung. Well, he had the ball taken away from him, and then he's just put his stick in front of Brooker's stick. Right, two in the battery. Van Tonder is the man who's there, and he's just slidden it wide. Inject's decent, the trap is good, and Van Tonder frustrated with himself. The drag flick is aimed towards the bottom corner, just lacks the accuracy. So, Korea Republic 0 for 3 from penalty corners, South Africa 0 for 1. Jung Jun. Players ahead of him. Inu. Jung Jun. Inu, the only man available down that line. Looks to slap it into the circle. Now that's played in. Well defended. Ngabane just getting in front of Inu. Booker loses possession and again fired across the face of the circle. Mbimbi approaching the 20-minute mark, still goalless. Not without our moments, both teams have had opportunities. Both goalkeepers have been forced into good saves, but no goals. Van Tonder. And Bethe, lithe figure in the heart of midfield. Hobson, muscular presence on the right-hand side, and just gets his feet out of the way. Rim Jin Kang lost his balance, but did well. South Africa get to the baseline. Korea smuggle the ball out once again. Jung Jun. Just pull back to the 15-meter line for the free hit. Korea will be very aware of the fitness levels that we've seen from South Africa in this tournament so far. So in many ways you can understand them conserving energy. They're not pushing players forward with gay abandon. It's a conservative Min Tae Seok. Lembethe. Nice stick work from Lembethe. He'll get the free hit as well. Davis. Bimby will start things from deep. Davis slaps it into the circle. Chance to get a shot away in front. It's off the foot there of Mentor. South Africa, though, just beginning to press. It's a good ball in from Davis, and excellent work coming in from De Souza, who's been relatively quiet so far today. Neither Seal nor Mentor at the far post could get a touch. Off the foot of Davis. QBM wants to get on with things quickly. Oh, complete miscommunication there, Jong Seok. Cheap possession midway through this second quarter. Remains goalless. South Africa, though, just beginning to put one or two moves together. Just beginning to get to grips with a game that they must win. Semi-finalists in this tournament last time out. Van Tonder looks for Davis. Nice slap forward. Ostrom. Will move the 5 metres. Davis. Bell. Hoisted wide to Brooker. Good stick work from Brooker. Then he can fire it in right in front of goal. Goalkeeper's done well. Mentor once again unable to capitalise on a good moment in front of goal. Excellent player on the right hand side by Jaden Brooker.
Yes or no? He's okay? Yeah, let's go then.
Brooker does really well. We just can't get hold of it. It's number 15, Lim Do Hyun, who took a knock to the knuckles. But again, signs there that South Africa are finding spaces and are getting bodies into the circle. And something will drop for Colin Mentor if he keeps getting in the right position. Cry loses out. Outside the 23, Cry leaves it for D'Souza, who himself leaves it for Lembete. Lembete can only find the back of the stick of Sim Jae-won. We've got our first card. A little bit too physical there from Zanani Cry. And he'll go into the bin. Just a 2-minute card for Cry, and it gives Korea the man advantage. Deflected shot, just paddled away by Creek. Confirmation of the card for Zanani Cry. Meantime, Korea look to get the deflection at the far post. Dain still trying to smuggle it clear. It somehow rebounds to a white shirt, not a red shirt. Jae-won. Good pressure coming in from Sung-min. Sung-min, mazy little dribble into the circle. And just safe, not dangerous. But that's the best Korean pressure that we've had against the 10 men. They've got the man advantage, so they're pushing the extra players forward. That could have gone anywhere. Dain at the far post just couldn't convert it. Bell does well. Gets the stick down nice and low, and then a good pad save from Hendrik Creek. Brooker loses out. Sorry, Ngabane loses out. Korea trying to pinch a few meters with the possession. It's going to be another 5 meters. They've got to come back. Ji-hyun.
We just need to be a little better, okay? A little bit. Yeah, be better.
A little bit of nonsense on the edge of the circle. Seung-hyun getting a little bit aerated with the close marking that he was receiving from Dan Bell.
That's fine. Bell.
Again, nice stick work to pick up the high pass, and a little bit of fancy work to get to the baseline for Kyo Byeon. Jung-jun. Well, somehow once again there's a melee in front of Creek, and he's been able to kick away. And somehow the ball has avoided any kind of a touch on a foot. But we're still coming here. This is Inu. And then that's dangerous from Inu, and Creek once again is able to pad away. He's had a busy last 5 minutes as Hendrik Creek. But an effective one. Well, there's the last attack coming in. That ball never really falling for a Korean to get a clean hit on it, and Creek able to clear and then dangerously high into the circle. Coming the other way, big chance, goalkeeper's out. Good smart reaction from Jae-ham. Senzel thought that he had more time than he did there, but look how quickly the goalkeeper is out to close him down. Gets a little touch, but the pads are there to save, and behind him Do-hyun completes the clearance. Well, this game just coming up in intensity as we come towards the end of the first half. Hyo-byun taking the ball 10-15 meters. Jung-jun, he's got support out wide, chance to get the shot away, and again the defensive work this time from Jaden Brooker is excellent. 23 for Jung-jun, into the foot of Senzel.
Cindy, can you hear me?
Yes, Ben, I can hear you.
I've given a free hit for a foot. Korea team referral asking for a penalty corner for an intentional foot.
Okay.
Check, please.
For the potential foot outside the circle.
Thank you.
So, certainly did hit a foot. Umpire on the ground didn't think it was intentional, but there is an appeal by Korea. Well, they're instantly in there asking for the award against Ruben Senzel. Again, the players can watch the replays.
Yeah, I
Ben,
can hear you.
I have a device for you. It's an intentional foot outside the circle. You can restart with a penalty corner, and Korea keep the referral.
Okay, thank you.
Penalty corner is the award. South Africa are back up to 11 players, but they're facing the penalty corner. And once again, it's the usual players. Yang Ji-hun wears 6, 15 is Lim Do-hyun. For 3 so far.
Korea.
.116 to go, and they come this time to the second battery, and it's a goal for Im Do-hyun. It's his third of the tournament, and Korea Republic, with 1:11 remaining in the first half, get themselves into the lead. For the first time, they've come to the second battery. That affects the front running of Dan Bell. He just has to adjust and is unable to do so. Nice drag flick, good work, and all those hours of training, they pay off for young Lim Do-hyun. Fifth time of asking, and a chance coming forward now. This is Da-in. Gets the reverse stick effort. Always difficult when you're going away from the goal, just to try and control. Coming the other way, we've got Wallström. He loses out. Hyun-hyo. Nice ball into the always busy Jung-jun. He's leading the team well, Jung-jun. Carl Davis puts it out. Jung-jun quizzically looks at the umpire to say, was that deliberate? Ji-hyun. As the hooter goes at the end of the first half. Just a single goal separates these teams. It's come from Im Do-hyun. They came from a penalty corner, the 5th penalty corner that Korea Republic have had a solid goaltending performance from Hendrik Kriek. Also, solid performance from Kim Jae-hyun at the other end. But at the end of the first half, Korea Republic leads South Africa in a game South Africa must win by 1-0. A very warm welcome back to Bukit Jalil, half-time in the Pool A clash in the Hockey Men's Nations Cup. Korea leading South Africa by 1-0 in a contest South Africa must win if they have got any chance of making it to the semi-finals of this competition. The only goal coming from a penalty corner from Im Do-hyun. Best of the highlights, Korea in the red. And attacking here through So In-woo. It was very scrappy opening period. Defence is very much on top. The one real shot in anger that we had at the end of the first quarter, forcing a decent save from Kim Jae-ham. South Africa began to probe a little bit closer, and once again a shot just trying to fall for Colin Mentor, but he couldn't sort his feet out. Mentor would have a couple of half chances. This is another one here where he's in front of the goal but can't convert. It's a good save actually from Kim Jae-ham. So South Africa looked like they were getting on top. But at the other end, there was a chance for Sundai-in. He was denied and kicked away by Hendrik Kriek. And another fast break from Jin Gyun-hyo, the youngster, forcing a decent save. The only goal of the game coming from a penalty corner at the 5th time of asking. The first time they go to the second battery. And it's dispatched home by Im Do-hyun for his 3rd goal of this competition. Young player. He's a stay-at-home defenseman and a very good drag flicker as well. No chance between goalkeeper and defender on the line. So Korea, with that 1-goal lead, as you can see, it's been pretty tight. 5 attempts to 4 on target. South Africa had the lion's share of possession. Korea really happy to just sit back and try and hit on the breakaway. 1 green card for South Africa, but that wasn't the card wasn't in play when Korea scored their only goal. So a tight contest. This is the first of 4 matches for today. The second match, the second Pool A clash between Wales and France, which is scheduled to start at 4 o'clock, weather permitting. And then later on tonight at 6, New Zealand versus Pakistan. New Zealand need to win if Malaysia are to have a chance of qualifying for the semi-finals in this their home tournament. Second half about to get underway in the sunshine. Noticeable that the South African players before the game were taking plenty of liquids on board. Korea decided they just needed the shade of the dressing room. Their training session, or their warm-up session, ended up a lot earlier than South Africa's. South Africa, 1 draw, 1 defeat so far. Goaltenders remaining the same. Kim Jae-ham made a couple of sharp saves, and Hendrik Kriek showed some good agility. One to claw one shot that was heading into the top corner. South Africa, though, need to turn this around. They do have a habit, though, of turning things around. Against Wales, they trailed 4-0 and scored 4 second half goals. Against France, they trailed 4-1 and scored 2 fourth quarter goals. Korea get us underway in this second half. They're in the red, going from right to left. They'll assume that if they win today, it will be enough for them. Well, it will be enough for them, because they beat Wales. And we put them on to 6 points. Maximum Wales can get it would be 4. So it will be France and Korea in the semi-finals. Here's Andy Hobson for South Africa, down the line by Van Tonder. De Souza, who's being quiet, and Vimby also didn't spend that much time on the pitch. Wanted the free hit inside the 23, is asked to go outside. Davis. Every Korean player back in and around their own circle. Seal gets to the baseline but can't keep the ball in play. Good play from Davis, finds Mvimbi. Looking for a little bit of space around the outside. And miss hits in. Little break to So In-oo. In-oo makes progress down this left-hand side. 30, 40 meters gained. Still with possession, and he'll get a free hit. Kyobyom carries on the charge. Looked like contact, nothing given. South African come the other way with Delora. And then Mvimbi just asked Van Tonder to start things off again. On to Davis. Muscular figure of Andy Hobson. The lithe figure of Ndunzo. Limbethe tries to take things on. De Souza. Just too many red shirts around De Souza. And there's an injury. There's again another rap on the knuckles. We've had a few injuries so far, nothing major, but you get a stick on the knuckle or on the knee, as we've seen, and yeah, it smarts. Bae Sung-min. Defender who was in the squad that was at the Aslan Shah Cup. In June of 2024, as that's hoisted forward. Hyung-sin. Very congested in the heart of the midfield. Korea will be happy enough with that because it'll stop South Africa getting their quick forwards into the play. Mvimbi. Coolly done. Hobson surrounded by red. Nice stick work from Hobson. This is younger Jamie Searle. He's done well, Seal. Very tricky. Again, just too many red shirts, but helped out by Hobson. Hobson gets the free hit. Complaints from South Africa that the defender hadn't retreated the requisite 5 meters. Hobson once again, this time helped by Delora. Davis moves into space. De Souza. And it's on for South African foot. Again, so near yet so far for South Africa. They're getting in good positions. Ball's just not sticking to the stick. De Souza, it goes under once again, Mentor. Number 15 for South Africa is getting into good positions. Oop, that's loose. Good footwork. Football play there from Kim Jae-ham. Fizzed in, help forward. And that is a card. That is very, very dangerous from Son Dae-in. First card against Korea Republic, and that's fair enough. defenders in position. Van Tonder bravely in there, so that will be a card. Just a green card for Sundayin. Means 1-0 to Korea. As it stands at the moment, they will progress to the semi-finals of this Nations Cup in a rebuilding phase for them. France already guaranteed a semi-final berth from this group, as are New Zealand from Pool B. In nicely into Cholion. Jihan. Jin Kang. Delora does well. And there's a break on here. Ruben Senzel. Delora inside of him. Delora takes it on the stick nicely. And then that's an excellent stick check coming in from the experienced Jihan. Well, he did the dangerous, the good work. Again, excellent defensive work from Korea. Such alertness, so nimble on their feet. Kyubyam is just caught by Jacques Van Tonder. They've defended well, have Korea. Cholion loses out to Ngabane. Senzel once again, chance to come forward. Delora again makes a run. He is a very busy forward, one just out of his range beyond the midway point in the third quarter. Jin Kang loses out to the hard-working Delora. And Vimby. Sorry, Cry. Vimby just next to him. Here is Mvimby. Drives to the circle. Penalty corner, stick on stick. Chance for South Africa. He's the man who makes all the difference, Mvimby. Just that little burst of acceleration, and it's stick on stick against Lee Jang-jun. Vimby responsible for the injection. Cal Davis will be the front battery. Young Jaden Brooker on the second. I'd imagine Davis will be the go-to. No, they go to Brooker. An excellent anticipation from Korea, but they've still got to get players back. Another penalty corner. Sensible play from Robin Simons, who's back on the field to play. He took a knock in the first half, Simons. We didn't see him for the rest of the half. Now he's back on. And cleverly done, just rolls it into the feet of Min-soo. The trap isn't good. Brooker, edge of the circle. Brooker kicked away. Brooker's second chance. And defended. South Africa ask, is that put out deliberately? The umpire, who's right there, says it's Being put out by a South African player. Brooker is the man who gets the shot away. And it's comfortably kicked away by rock-solid Kim Jae-han. Bell did well. 5:30 remaining in the second. It's still Korea 1, South Africa 0. South Africa, though, have had their moments. They've had penalty corner opportunities as well. Now Delora comes through, and again, excellent defensive work. Nice low block, bending at the knees. Hobson fires it in. Sensel initially did well and doesn't like the decision that went against him. It's a 23 though. Mbethe. Possessional stats wildly in South Africa's favour. Korea defending well and with discipline. Brooker slides his way through. Sensel dispossessed Sensel, and Korea are able to not get the ball out of play. Now there's a break is on here. If this can be played quickly, and it has been, there's a 3-on-2 break here for Korea Republic. Just too far ahead of Park Cheol-yeon. It's a nice idea. He didn't commit though to the slide. And don't really believe that he thought Sim Jae-won would be able to get this through, but there is the break. 3-on-2 for Korea. Just too far ahead of Cheol-yeon. Bit of 3D work there from Jong-suk. Couple of changes on the fly for Korea. Continue to hold on to this one-goal lead. Im Do-hyun, penalty corner late in the first. To full complement, by the way. Sun Dae-in is looking for a pass into him as he came to the edge of the circle. Now then, coming away, this is Simons. Plenty of space ahead of him, but not many white shirts in support. Simons is slowed down as he waits for that support. Eventually does just enough to retain possession and fires it into the circle, and another blow to the head. Well, they missed him in the first half when he was off injured, Simons. And it's a rebound that's gone into Seo In-woo. Luckily, it's off the back of the head. Mbethe. Korea again, happy to have everybody behind the ball. They know that even a draw is likely enough to get them through to the semi-finals. They're looking for the win. Simons tried to drag it round, couldn't quite fulfill what he was trying to do. Last 2 minutes of this third quarter. It remains Korea 1, South Africa 0. Looking at different tactics on the touchline is Devon van der Merwe. It's not a case of throwing more men forward, because Korea have largely got 9, 10, 11 men back defending on most circumstances. Brooker. Not much space to play with. Davis. Look at those possessional stats. Over 75% of the ball for South Africa. We're going to get a card, a green card for Kim Bo-kyun. A lapse of discipline. Davis is there. South Africa continue to press and probe. Comes off the stick of Min Soo. 23 for South Africa. Knocked into the circle off a Korean stick. Didn't move the ball 5 meters. Kim Hyo-byun, confirmation of his green card. Second green card that Korea have had. In an otherwise hugely disciplined performance, here's Sun Dae-in. Obstruction by him. De Souza. Simons to his right. De Souza takes that space that Simons was in at the end of the third quarter. South Africa still finding Korea a tough nut to crack. In Do-hyun, the only goal of the game, they came from the penalty corner right at the end of the first half, and it remains the only goal as we come through 45 minutes. As it stands, Korea Republic would be on 6 points and would automatically qualify for the semi-finals alongside France. South Africa have work to do in the final 15 minutes. Korea 1, South Africa 0. Quarter 3 highlights. Mainly South Africa coming forward. Nearly always South Africa coming forward. They had a penalty corner, didn't make the most of it. When it breaks to Brooker, his shot is kicked away by Kim Jae-han. And just see how many red shirts are in the circle defending. Sensel not finding any space. Azim is there just to prevent him getting the shot away. The best chance, I suppose, came on the breakaway. Looking for Park Cho-leon, it's just too far ahead of Park. That was a 3-on-2 breakaway for Korea, a rare moment for them, just to try to break out of their defensive formation. South Africa have had over 75% of the possession. They've had more shots, but very, very few clear chances, and Korea still hold on to the 1-0 lead. And a shutout, a potential for Kim Jae-han. Something we've not had in this tournament so far. Korea Republic get us underway in the final stanza, leading by that goal to 0. Min. Lofted pass beautifully picked up. Excellent ball skills, one for once again by Lee Hae-sung. Faced by Delora. Moves the ball out of play. That's a cheap possession for South Africa. 30 seconds of the 15 minutes have elapsed. You go minute by minute, go 30-second by 30-second. And Mbete hasn't had quite the impact in the centre of midfield as Mvimbi often does. Here's Brooker, who's probably been the best South African player. Here's Mvimbi, trying to find some space outside. Green card is over for Korea. They're back up to the full complement of 11. And an elbow from Park Cheon-leon. He thought that he was being blocked off. 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. Umpire asks Jaden Brooker just to slow things down. Andy Hobson. And Vimby in the circle. Can't get the shot away. Too many red shirts there. Delora. Good 3D skills. Comes out in front and a chance. Oh, but blocked off just as Mvimbi. Not Mvimbi, just as Mentor was trying to get a shot away. Great skills from Mvimbi. He really is an attacking, exciting talent. Jaden Brooker. And Vimby once again dances his way into the circle. Wanted a penalty corner. Instead, it's a free hit outside the circle. Side, Cal Davis just overruns the ball. There is just so little space. You make even the slightest of error of control, and there's a Korean stick right there. Well, there's the moment for Mvimbi where he thought that it had been blocked off. Instead, it's outside the circle. And Korea, a rare foray forward. Andy Hobson strong enough to hold off Seo In-woo. Frustration for South Africa. They know even a draw isn't enough, they'd be eliminated. Well, they wouldn't make the semi-finals, you'd be into the classification matches with a draw. Davis. Ooh. Perilously close to a foot there. Davis once again. Korea's confidence in their defensive abilities and their discipline has to be admired. Well, if you're a South African, you're frustrated just to see so many red shirts back. Possession to South Africa. Who thought he'd got away down this left-hand side. Approaching the final 10 minutes, we're up to the 50-minute mark. De Souza. Mbethe. Mvimbi. Has to be careful. Mbethe once again. South Africa just trying to entice Korea out of their defensive shell, but it's not going to work, is it? Every Korean player back in their own half. Jihan doing some good defensive work there. And now they can break. Yeon Hyo. But he's behind Jung Jun. Again, a red shirt just steps in at the appropriate time. Once again, it's Kyo Byun. He's been very good. That's strong. That's a penalty corner. Overly physical from Jacques Van Tonder. they've got a great tradition on the rugby fields, and that's almost rugby tackle-esque from Jacques Van Tonder. Didn't really need to get so close either to Sun Dae-in. Sun is up. And Korea, who lead courtesy a penalty corner with 9 minutes remaining, have a second chance. Again, Ji Hyun is the front battery, the goal scorer Do Hyun, the number 15, the second battery. Do Hyun is the target. Ooh, and he slides it wide. It looked promising. And he just gets it wrong again. The running is good. First man run makes life difficult. Penalty corner. Really good work from Ruben Senzel. Korea, though, are going to challenge.
Okay, so me, not 5 meters before the tackle, yeah? So you say tackle? You want to check the tackle? Okay, I'll check the tackle. Cindy, can you hear me?
Yes, Ben, I can hear you.
I've called a penalty corner for the defender not being 5 meters involved in the play. Korea are asking for a tackle. They would like a free hit out.
Okay, looking for tackle before or after?
A tackle in that play.
Yeah, okay. Ben, there's no clear reason to change your decision. Start with the penalty corner and Korea lose the referral.
Thank you.
Anyways, that might have been a miscommunication from Korea in making the challenge. There's no argument that they hadn't retreated the full 5 meters. So, opportunity. Both teams now have lost their challenge ability. South Africa 0 for 3 from penalty corners. Again, Davis is the front man. And again they come to the back man, Brooker. Davis, second chance, Davis. Well, he lifts it high. And solid goaltending once again from Kim Jae-ham. And the break is on for Korea. That's well done by Brooker, who's got back very, very quickly. He's a fine athlete. Fine Simons. Ngabane. Brooker once again. He's some find in this tournament. Here's Jaden Brooker. Davis fires it in. That's a penalty corner. It's off the foot. There are no appeals left. There are no challenges left for Korea. Goaltender Kim Jae-han is looking towards the umpire. Rather hopefully it's not going to happen. So PC number 5 for South Africa. They're 0 for 4 That's fired in. Im Do Hyun, the guilty party. Again, Brooker's the target. Brilliant defending. And the break is on. If they can play it quickly. South Africa sprinting to get back into position. Dayin in the middle, if the pass can come through. Plenty of red shirts now in the circle. And Brooker once again, man in the right place at the right time. Davis needs some support. He's got it from Bell and Brooker. Hyung Sin. Jun Jung will start things off again. Inte Shock will be delighted how his team have defended. Penalty corners haven't exactly been the best from South Africa. They haven't got clean shots away. Now there's a chance on the breakaway. The back stick. And it loops awkwardly wide. That could have gone anywhere. Jung Suk. Six minutes remaining. Korea just beginning to get a little bit more opportunity going forward. The passing not quite as crisp from South Africa. They're coughing up possession a little bit more than they were. Hyubyum. Jin Kang and chance just to eat up a little bit of time. Min Soo. And Vimby, a late press. Still 3-on-3, but Korea with the space to actually play the ball around. They've not had this kind of space before. Jin Kang does well. Oof. There's a real coming together there. Ngabane, rather physical. That was ball was played into a triangle of danger. Ouch. Kim Hyung Jin coming off worse, but he's okay now. Make him tough in hockey. Lovely spin and turn. I have liked the work of Mentor. I think he's been a little bit unfortunate not to get on the scoreline today. Kuala Mentor. Again, beautiful delivery and nice take. Stick on stick against Hae-seong. Into the final 5 minutes. And Vimby at pace. Min Soo across just to slow him down. And Vimby will have another chance. Delora wants a penalty corner, doesn't get one. He's back in possession again though, Delora, and kicked away. Kim Jae-han's been rock solid in goal so far. Davis. More urgency from South Africa as time runs out. Brooker pulls it back. Nice defensive work once again. That time it was from Jong Seok. Possession, South Africa. Free hit. And Vimby, 4 That's inaccurate with his pass. Stick on stick against Davis. We're into 3 minutes remaining. Brooker again. Davis now not doing much defending, permanently on the right wing. Delora. Thought that he was impeded, Delora. Broken stick as well. Not much left of that, is that? That's an expensive hit and a miss. Space claimed by South Africa. Possession goes to them. Once again, it's Brooker and Davis. We're trying to start things off. Goaltender has been withdrawn for South Africa as they chase this game, as they chase firstly an equaliser. They've got the extra man. Possession goes to Korea. Davis inside the final 2 minutes. Extra outfield player. And Vimby loses out. And Korea will just take this into the corner, you feel. Will just hold on to possession for 10, 15 seconds. Just shielding the ball was Minsu. Actually, Minsu's picked up a card for that. He's not sure why. But possession literally gifted back to Korea. They've got a man in the penalty box. South Africa have got an extra man out on the field to play. No goalkeeper. They need something pretty quickly. D'Souza comes out wide, finds Bell. Hobson, Seal. Youngster allowed to play on. Again, that's excellent defensive work. Two young players against each other there. Gyun Ho getting the better of Jamie Seal. Seconds remaining, and Korea, well, they've played the defensive game and it's really worked out for them. South Africa have been frustrated. They've created moments. Seal once again just barged off, but there'll be a penalty corner, a last opportunity for South Africa to get something out of this game. It won't be enough to send them to the semi-finals, but it will be a penalty corner. Jamie Seal once again going one-on-one with Jin Gyun-hyo. Now the significance of this isn't so much for South Africa. They would still be eliminated. But there is significance for Korea Republic, because it would mean that their place in the next round is not guaranteed. It would put them on 4 points, and Wales, if they beat France, would be able to get 4 points. Then it goes down to goal difference. So there is significance with this penalty corner. They go to Brooker, who's denied at the front post, and then the buzzer goes, and Korea Republic have won this one by 1-0. South Africa reckon there's a penalty stroke can be awarded here, but the hooter had gone. The umpires will confer. Korea are celebrating at the moment, but they'd just better hold on just for a second. There could be a sting in the tail. Umpires conferring, and no decision. The game was over when any incident that might have been important took place, and so it is a shutout, a clean sheet for Kim Jae-ham. Penalty corner from Brooker. Is that post or is that save? Well, it looks like it's excellent work from the goaltender. A clean sheet for him. Korea beat South Africa by 1-0. Korea are in the semi-finals. Match highlights of Korea versus South Africa, day 3 of the group stages of the Nations Hockey League. In a quiet first period, South Africa were denied repeatedly by Kim Jae-ham, who was rock solid up at the other end. They were reluctant to throw players forward. In the end, the only goal of the match would come from a penalty corner. Lim Do-hyun sliding it past the left-hand mitt of Hendrik Kriek, who, when he was called into action, was very solid, but here no real chance. Coming to the second battery and the youngster scoring. South Africa, they had their moments. Closest they came was right at the very end with the last touch of the game when Jaden Brooker was denied by the post. Frustration for South Africa. Progression to the semi-finals for Korea Republic. 1-0, 7 attempts each. Look at those possessional stats though. 76% of possession to South Africa. 2 green cards and 1 yellow for Korea, who largely kept their discipline. But South Africa, in the end, were frustrated. Korea taking this by 1-0. Man of the match going to the goal scorer, Lim Do-hyun, the big, tall, rangy centre-back. Wasn't just his goal-scoring exploits, it was also his ability to keep the defence solid. No post-match interview from him, but progression for Korea Republic. Here's how the standings look with 1 more match to go. Wales cannot catch Korea or France, and so South Africa are destined for a classification match against the 3rd or 4th in Pool B. Coming up shortly, France versus Wales, but Korea beaten South Africa, first clean sheet in this tournament. Tonight at 6, New Zealand versus Pakistan. At 8 o'clock, Japan versus Malaysia. This is Nations Cup hockey from Kuala Lumpur.
tahu dia pergi. Dia tahu. Dia